This is from Browns Wire. 3 Browns with the most to gain in training camp. They start out with Alex Wright, defensive end, a young guy who ascending, so you hope he kind of puts it together. Maurice Hurst, and if Maurice Hurst can stay healthy, he might be the answer to, what do you do next to Dalvin Tomlinson? When he's been able to be healthy, he's been a productive NFL player. Jalen Darden is the other one, and Darden is an intriguing guy, small speed guy. The wide receiving core is pretty crowded and deep, though.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about Darden. I don't know if he's going to make the cut there because, we're kind of to the point that we're debating, like, what's going to happen to Anthony Schwartz and David Bell, who, are 2 guys the Browns really love. I think David Bell's definitely making the 53-man roster. He's only in his 2nd year. But Anthony Schwartz, I'm like, is he going to end up on the practice squad? He might if that room gets too crowded. But I do like the other 2. I obviously wrote a big feature on Mo Hurst. I think he's one of the interesting but underrated offseason acquisitions for this defense because you're right. When he's been healthy, he's been pretty good. The problem is he hasn't been healthy very often. He definitely has not been healthy in either of the last 2 years. So that's the biggest issue for him is he going to be able to stay healthy? Because when he is, he seems like a guy who could be a really strong fit for this system. He already has a familiarity with it. I wrote about that. There was similar assignments in the defense when he played in San Francisco because his defensive line coach was the defensive line coach for Jim Schwartz when he was the head coach of the Detroit Lions. So he already came in with a familiarity. Dalvin Tomlinson mentioned that he's almost like the technician. He's the guy that they kind of would look to if they weren't sure what was going on in OTAs and minicamp because Mo Hurst probably knew. And then Alex Wright, I think they had to rely on Alex a lot last season, maybe a little bit more than they wanted to because Jadeveon Clowney wasn't producing and was hurt. Chase Winovich was hurt for most of the season. So Alex got a lot of playing time, but I think with him, he has to show that he can get to the quarterback and get those sacks and QB hits and pressures and things like that because he just really struggled with that last year. I think it was the step up in competition from playing at UAB to now having to do that at an NFL level. But in Jim Schwartz's defense, that's obviously a crucial part of what you want your edge rushers to do. So I definitely am intrigued to see how Alex does, how they want to use him, how they're going to rotate him in, all of those things.